Fell asleep on my couch last night and got off work real early and was watching one of my Roman Emperor documentaries. And I've really been enjoying the last few days, by the way. And I started dozing off. And I don't know if everyone does it. I know some people do it. I know I do it, but like I flinch when I catch myself falling asleep, and I woke up kicking the little end table where the lamp's at, because not sure why. It's the end of that story. But either way, I thought I'd fold up my covers. My Bears blanket. Huge Bears fan again. I had to buy a Green Bay Packer shirt for a job that ended up firing me. I was thinking about it this morning. The more I think about it, the more it upsets me, letting go. But again, my mind's been a little racing this morning. And being upset or bitter at an ex-girlfriend, ex-husband, ex-job, ex-boss, it doesn't do any good. It doesn't get them back. It just kind of weighs on you. And boy, I was having it weigh on me this morning. Don't like that feeling. I'm gonna pour myself some coffee. Put it over here. Get myself a cup of ice water. Hello, Justin F. How are you? Just getting ready. Getting ready for my coffee. Yeah, we'll go over here. I don't have my fireplace going. I probably want my fireplace going. It gives me great peace. Push come to shove. And I hope push doesn't come to shove. Let's see. Here, you'll experience me going to the fireplace. YouTube. There's Coffee with Ken. You see my little logo over there? Isn't that fun? The burning logs. Maybe we'll turn it to a different fireplace today. Turn it to this one. Wait a minute. How about this one? See how this one feels. That looks plasticky. I don't like that one. Go over here. I don't know if it's the same one or not, but let's see how it works. Let me know what you think. I mean, personally, I think it's a little orangey. A little too red, a little too orange. Yeah, no, I want my, hold on here. Yeah. I want my fake fire looking real as possible. And look at that bad boy. That looks real as possible. Let's see, I can't read. And I can read, I know how to read. But I can't read the words you're typing. My eyes are in a regression phase. Oh, we better get my coffee covered up and nice and hot. About to get into my show. Let's see. When am I coaching Liverpool? I know. Arne Slot, the head coach of Liverpool's soccer team. I know. You guys call it football. I'm not Arne Slot. I'm not the Luxem dude from New Zealand. I'm not Hank Schramm, Bruce Willis. Johnny Sins. I'm just me. I'm just little old me. I'm really hoping little old me is enough for you. Yeah. But anyway, good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy. My fire's crackling a little more than I want it to be. Need to lower the sound. Oh yeah. It's a nice thing about a faux fireplace. You can quiet it down a little bit. I really do love fires. I even really do love my faux fireplace. But anyway, my name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is Wednesday morning. It is October 8th. It is 6:14 a.m. Happy Wednesday. It's a little show I've been doing for quite some time. It is a show about me talking. It is a show about me sharing some feelings. Sharing a little bit about the adventure that is life. But for those that have been watching a while, you know it's not just a show about me talking. You know, I see some names out there that should know because you've been watching me a while. You know it's also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I got a nice hot cup of coffee in front of me. Got the candle on the side that I want to grab my coffee from. Can't have that. And I am so excited to have my first sip at this early hour on this Wednesday morning. Feels especially early because the days are getting shorter, or the nights are getting longer, and it's, dark out at 6:15. A few months ago, I was sitting here and be getting hit by sun in my face, or at least the side of my face. You kind viewers were worrying that I was getting a suntan or sunburned. Again, I'm excited to have my first sip. My hope is wherever you are and whatever you're doing, that you have a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. I opened the cupboard door. Oh, I shut it. I'm glad. Feeling a little neurotic this morning. Couldn't have sat here if I hadn't shut that cupboard door. But I opened it and I stared, and I've got I winnowed the choices down a little bit the other day, and I found myself at the store. I think I'm hooked on coffee shopping, and have probably too many bags of coffee in there, so it's kind of hard to make a choice. So I grabbed my old reliable pumpkin spice. Russell Lemaster said, good Bible reading last night. Well, thank you. I wonder how many of you watched that. Wonder how valuable that is. I wonder how valuable this is. I wonder about everything. I wonder about my jobs I have. I had 2 jobs. Left one for another, and then the other one left me. Found 2 other jobs. Been working there for about 3 weeks at those places. Still yet to get paid. Almost thinking of waiting tables again, because waiting tables is nice because you kind of make decent money quickly, and you get paid as you daily. Usually most restaurants I've worked at, you walk out and you have cash in your wallet or your hand or your pocket or whatever. And it feels funny going to a job and having worked there. I'm in my 3rd week, at both, and I'm training kind of at both, so I've never gotten paid yet. It's not a good feeling. That is not a good feeling. Let's see. Hey, bro. We matched on Tinder a few months ago. Hey, tough guy. Are there any elements of the homeless in Appleton streets? When you say elements of it, what do you mean? That makes me think the periodic table. Are there homeless people in Appleton? Yes, there are. We talked sort of at length about homelessness yesterday on the show. I saw a video somewhere about a guy walking through Portland interviewing down and out or drug addicted people lying on the streets and made Portland look real bad. And I was wondering if that was cause Portland's real bad or cause that's kind of happening across the country. And I think we came up with the thought that it's kind of happening around the world, that there's some people down on their luck right now. A Tractor Supply, but after you work 10 hours, I lost you. Hold on, somebody was trying to give me some good advice where somebody were trying to distract me. Not sure if I have a Tractor Supply there. I'm not sure what you mean a Tractor Supply. Is that a chain? Or are you talking a store that supplies tractors with things? But after work 10 hours a week, you get benefits. Well, I mean, a 10-hour work week's not a very long work week. I'm surprised they would give benefits to somebody that works 10 hours. Again, I mean, I don't know what value I would offer a Tractor Supply place. But again, is that a chain, a Tractor Supply place? Or is it just a type of establishment? I don't know why. I don't want to make it subscriber only. But I've got somebody that's made about 30 comments that are roughly the same. Oh, you stock shelves. Oh, I know how to stock shelves. I can stock shelves like nobody's business. Really, I have no great skills at stocking shelves. My best strength at stocking shelves, and honestly, it probably slowed me down, was at Target. I owned the cereal aisle at Target, so I would engage with the guests as they come through and talk to the other employees. I tell you what, they want machines working as stock shelves or at Target. They do, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but they're not looking for anyone that's really great or striking up conversation or really, they honestly don't care a whole lot about somebody that's great with the guests. They don't. They want somebody to come in on time, stock the shelves, and go home. They want bees in a beehive or ants in an ant nest. Kind of drone workers doing their thing and not going off the path. What are my thoughts on dating coworkers? I mean, I don't have a whole lot of, honestly, my last wife was a coworker. We worked in the same real estate office and we got married and we got divorced and I'm no longer a realtor. So those are my thoughts of dating coworkers. Do I prefer stocking from a trolley or floor stocking? Well, I'm not totally sure. I've never stocked from a trolley, but I've floor stocked. I'm not totally sure what that means. Wouldn't it be smarter if they stock shelves when the store is closed then? Well, it would be, but the thing is, at Target, it's a very high volume place, and it kind of needs constantly stocked. Yeah. It almost seems like they could do it when the store's closed. I think they want to give the appearance of workers there, because people do come through the aisle and say, hey, where's the relish? And you'd go aisle 2 or whatever if you were a good employee. They said they wanted you to walk the guest, but I don't think they really cared if you walked the guest. I kind of like the job. I don't see working at a Tractor Supply store just for benefits for 10 hours. Let's see. They stock stuff like tools, fencing, four-wheelers, candy, cat, dog food. It kind of like the old stuff. Huh. Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know if that's really the solution. Stocking shelves again. Again, I thought about waiting tables again, just to, you go in, you work, after a couple days of training, you're making money that night. Oh. Oh. But anyway, good morning. It's Wednesday morning. It was a short night of work for me last night. Not sure the 2 jobs I have are enough to sink my teeth in and provide for myself and my family. Has me afraid, has me terrified, has me waking up going, oh crap. Yeah. So I woke up going, oh crap, this morning. That's not a good feeling. I've had that feeling a few days. The last few weeks. It's not surprising. I got bills to pay. I was unemployed for a few days. I thought about applying for unemployment benefits. I don't know how it works here in Wisconsin, but I went on the website because I got let go. So I go, what the hell? I'm going to apply for unemployment. And I filled out some online form. They sent me something, or they put it in the mail and sent it to me. But before I got it in the mail, I'd already had 2 other jobs. Apparently, those jobs might not be enough to sink my teeth into. Let's see. What do you do for a living now? What do I do for a living now? Well, I'm not sure. I gotta make a living to say I do it for a living. I go to work. I'm going to work tonight. But I'm not totally sure if either of them really need me. What was nice when I moved to Appleton, and maybe I got lucky, but I started working at a place that really needed me, put me to work. And it was more physical than I think I should have been doing at my age. I hate to say, but I was walking around and carrying things a lot. And I think it was physically demanding, but it kept me busy and got me housed. And now I'm a little worried. Let's see. I should try being a hairstylist. That's interesting. Steve said they hired me. Clearly there was a need. I don't know if that's totally true, Steve. There was a need, but a subtle need. Their need for employment didn't match my need for being employed, I guess. Yeah, I'm not sure you're right about that. I was interested in what Ken thought about, but he didn't answer. What didn't I answer, John Dowd? I don't know. Paul A's talking about some girl, or is you guys having a conversation about some girl that Paul A met? I don't know. I don't know the backstory. I have no opinions on Paul A's girl. And hopefully you give, hey, advice given by my viewers. Advice given by my viewers, I do not hold myself accountable for. So if John Dowd's advice to you is crappy, Paul A., it's not my fault. What kind of jobs do they have in Wisconsin? I heard there was just Amish and drunkards there. Is that true? No, I don't think so. Well, I don't drink and I'm not Amish. Does Wisconsin have a lot of Amish people? I mean, there's an Amish furniture store. I was at a restaurant and I assume they were Amish. They looked Amish. Some people there once. But I haven't seen like wagons rolling down the roads type of Amish. Yeah. So I'm not sure. I'm not believing that there's only Amish and drunkards there. They do have a lot of bars. It's amazing. But I think mostly the people are real good. Yeah. Let's see. Oh. Okay, I got some support from Australia. I appreciate that support from Australia. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna get a little more coffee. I'm not sure what I have for you today. I don't know how long I'm gonna talk. Maybe it'll be a horrible coffee with Ken today. Maybe it'll be the best one yet. We never know what our day holds. Kind of feel I didn't get enough sleep. I think stress had me down. It's not a good feeling when you wake up afraid or scared, is it? Oh, let's see. Well, thank you. Wow, we got a lot of people hopping on from Australia. Let's see. Maybe what I need to do. What's the message I am sending to people? I don't know. Am I sending the message? Are you receiving a message? What message are you receiving? Yeah, what message are you receiving? Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know what message I'm sending to people. I think people get from my show what they need. They take from my show what they need. Some need companionship, some need words of wisdom, some need a little encouragement. My message to myself is keep going. Get up, get out of bed, make your bed, do your best. Strive for better. But that's what I'm telling myself as I go through life. What you are receiving, I don't know. Somebody said they're receiving that I'm reliable. No messages, I guess. I'm just curious why you are on live, unless to send a message. Well, okay. If you want to dig deeper, I want to change the world. I want to make the world a better place. I think by me doing this show, I make the world a better place. What I've realized is there's a lot of people out there that are struggling with stuff. And they feel alone and they feel stressed or broke or brokenhearted or wondering why or lost a loved one. And I think God has given me a challenging life and an ability to tell a story that connects with people. So I just tell my story, and I think a lot of people out there might be watching going, oh yeah, no, I feel that too, or oh yeah, I wake up during the night afraid, or oh yeah, I got fired at a job, or oh yeah, I'm not satisfied at my job, or oh yeah, I've been through a divorce, or whatever. So I think me just telling my story is what this show's all about. Yeah. Or, oh, I want to be a content creator. Or, oh, I like the sunrise. Or, oh, I like the soothing sounds of fireplaces. Or, wow, this guy's got a good voice. I don't know. Somebody was recanting their advice from last week. Well, it doesn't do much good to recant that advice. I don't remember the advice. Should I turn it to subscriber? Thank you. Excellent voice, top notch. It's not top notch. We discussed it yesterday. People were commenting about my voice, and I was going, is it James Earl Jones good? And they go, oh no. Morgan Freeman? No. We decided it was Jim Rowe good. Can make someone's day. Tammy said, I don't need to be moving mountains. Oh, I know, Tammy. I appreciate that, though. Somebody's asking iced coffee versus hot brew coffee. I mean, you're watching me drink hot coffee. You know, you're watching me drink hot coffee. Do you need to ask? Good morning, Jack Taylor. Oh. Are you like stuck on yourself? You mean stuck? It seems like it by now. Am I stuck on myself? I mean, I'm not sure what you mean by that, but I mean, I think we're all stuck with ourselves a little bit. I think it's important to learn to love who we are and feel good about who we are and try and make ourselves the best people we can be. Be satisfied with the people we are today, but strive for a better person tomorrow. And forgive ourselves, Jack Taylor. Oh yeah, I used to walk around beating myself up all the time. That's not a good way to go. You guys are talking about iced coffee, hot coffee. Meh. Potato. Wow, what a glorious audience we have today. We got 34 people watching. We got 19 thumbs up. Isn't this good? Bradley says, awake and bake with some coffee before work. Love you, Ken. I don't know what that means. Are you saying wake and bake like the caffeine is? I don't know what you're saying. It does take a huge mental toll. I just feel like teasing you lately, Jack Taylor. You've been hopping on a lot lately. And I appreciate that, Jack Taylor. You've only been watching since like 2020, though. Julie Flanagan said she watched all the way back to when I started my show in the dark apartment. Good morning, Michael Lopez. How are you? How's your job going, Michael Lopez? If I could go back, no, I know what wake and bake means, but somebody implied that I was waking and baking, drinking my coffee, I think, and that was my confusion. If I could go talk to my ancestors, what question would I want to ask them? Hey, how you doing? I have no great question for my ancestors. You know? What is in the cup? Coffee. Yeah. No, I have no great need to question my ancestors. I mean, my father's still alive. He's in his mid 80s. I don't even have any great questions for him, and if I did, he probably wouldn't answer them. He doesn't talk that much. Man of few words. Yeah, it's a lid. It keeps my coffee hot. Don't you say anything bad about my lid. That will upset me. I will remove you from the conversation. Do I have a big family or small? I would say it's small. Most of my relatives, my mother grew up in Scotland, and most of my relatives live in Britain. In the States, I have very few family left. I lost a brother and a sister in the last 3 years, and I lost my mom about 5 years ago. And I personally have 4 beautiful children. Feels like we got a lot of new people on. I almost can just recite my backstory. Jack Taylor would be snoozing. He's going, old news. I've heard this story before. I know these tales, Ken. All right, are you going to tell us about your 17 years of being a realtor? Twice divorced. Lived in his car. Worked at Yellowstone. That's me imitating Jack Taylor. Jack Taylor, I think Gia might be a troll. I'm not sure. I don't miss Gia because she was distracting. She would just hop on and constantly type how much she loved me. And believe me, a little bit of affection's okay, but hers was just distracting. It was silly. I just don't. Like, Jack, you'll get on and you'll make a comment every once in a while, or Julie will, or Chip will, or whoever will. But when some people want to be the other half of this conversation, and she did. You knew I was a realtor, Jack Taylor. You had to. You missed the vegan girl. Michael Lopez, I think we all miss the vegan girl. Again, I mean, I guess if you really think drinking milk is cruelty to animals, I guess I can understand why somebody would want to speak out about it. But it would be hard to be around anybody so politically charged, and yes, I'll call veganism politically, that they can't not talk about pro-life, pro-choice, Republican, Democrat, vegan, that they're so strongly opinionated, and you could take it to any level. You could take it to faith or not faith. But again, I mean, I read the Bible 2 chapters a night on this show, but I don't think I walk around going about my day preaching necessarily. Oh, somebody said I sound like Agent Smith. I've been hearing that a little bit more lately. Christine says drinking milk is cruelty to her body. So passionate people you don't like. I don't know what that means. And somebody's speaking Italian to me. And whatever they're saying ends in Bruce Willis. Hello, Rach420. We have a lot of people that come on with their end of their number being, or their name being 420. Does that mean you guys smoke weed? My favorite milk's 2%, Jack Taylor. I don't really have a favorite milk. I have milk in my fridge. I only buy it when my little ones are coming up for the weekend because cereal's always a good food for them, oatmeal or Cinnamon Life or something. But I don't really eat breakfast. It's part of my diet. I have a very strict diet. Does anyone want to know? Anyone want to lose some weight and want to join me? Because I got home from work last night. I ate a couple burritos. I ate several, and they were little baby frozen burritos, so it's not like that much. I ate a bunch of vegetables and some fruit, but then I had like a half a tub of ice cream. But if you want to lose some weight with me, mark down right today when you start feeling hungry this morning. And then make sure you're hungry for 3 or 4 hours and you experience being hungry for 3 or 4 hours. And don't eat. And then eat whatever you want. And then go through your day, your afternoon, early evening, and wait till you're hungry again. And then be hungry for 2 more hours. I'm pretty sure if you can feel the pangs of hunger 5 hours a day, you have to lose weight. How tall am I? I'm 6'2". You're currently taking my quit eating so damn much advice, and it's working. It's amazing how it works, Michael Lopez. But the problem with me and a lot of us is we don't eat even to satisfy our hunger. We eat because we're bored. There's no doubt. You know, I got home from work. I ate enough. I was kind of full, but I knew I had a half tub of ice cream. And I should just not buy Moose Tracks. To me, it's like crack cocaine. I don't believe in addiction, or I don't believe that alcohol is a disease. Let's just get that on the table right now. I believe it's a choice, and I chose to eat that ice cream. Do I like giving advice? I don't know if I give advice. I just tell what I do. Well, thank you, Joanna. I like the candle too. Good morning, Opal Bond. How are you? Opal, you were up during the night. Almost. I woke up. I was a little stressed last night, Opal, and anybody else listening. I still haven't been paid at work. I've got bills to pay. I got lots of bills to pay. But anyway, I was let go from work. Not let go. Sent home from work yesterday. They didn't need me. I was there for like 2 hours. You don't need me. But either way, Opal, I noticed you commented or liked one of my videos during the night. And I almost sent you a text. I don't really even know you very well. But you've been a nice person and you've been hopping on. I didn't want to creep you out and have you get a text from me at 3 or 4 in the morning. But I did notice you liked one of my videos during the night. Wait, hold on. Let's see. Advice for chronic metal disorder? I don't know what that means. Do you love the clear skies behind me? Opal, I do too. I don't know how old you are, and I don't know if women have to pee during the night, or is it just men? Somebody's saying, so let the first job go to not get paid for the second job. I don't know what you mean. If they've given me a date that I'd be paid by, no. John, I know somebody's keeping track of it. I just try not to worry. If I knew the money was big, I wouldn't worry about it. But I don't know right now that the money's even going to be big. I'm just training. Oh, somebody wrote some definition of what a disease is. Do I feel there's a negative stigma towards alcoholics more than to heavy potheads? Well, I think the damage done by alcohol is a lot more obvious.
than it is. I think you can go through life stoned every minute of the day, and most people won't recognize it. It can just be part of who you are. You can develop a new personality of just somebody laid back and kind of okay and slower moving, and that's what happens when you smoke a lot of weed. But if you drink a lot, you smell it, you stagger, you fall down, you pass out, you die quicker. I think pot isn't nearly as damaging or poisonous as alcohol, but both of them for me, and I think for all of us, I mean, I'm not going to speak for you, but I think for a lot of us, have very negative side effects. And the biggest one for both of them is if you smoke weed, and I know it, I know you guys know, but you might not say it. The main thing you're thinking about is when you're going to have your next hit of weed. And that goes on all day. And the same with beer. If you drink a beer, you're wondering, you can't be in the moment because you're always wondering when you're going to have some more weed or beer. You're 59 and yes, but you just wake up for no reason. I love the nighttime. I sometimes will go sit on my porch. Oh, that sounds so nice. Not if your tolerance becomes so high that you function better while drunk. I think a lot of alcoholics pass as sober because it's normal for them. Jack Taylor, I'm not so sure you're right about that. Yeah, I don't know if I believe you on that. Cannabis isn't as addictive as I may think. I don't know what you mean by that. You can't die from weed withdrawals, though. It's mentally addictive. I don't think either of them are addictive. I don't believe in addiction. We need to stop using the word. You want to fix it? You want to make the world less drunk, less addicted? Stop calling it an addiction. Take your power back and say you want to drink, you want to smoke weed, you want to do drugs, you want to eat ice cream, you want to drink coffee. Well, Jack Taylor, you're saying if somebody wakes and bakes, it's celebrated. I mean, only in certain circles, I guarantee. In my family, you know, what do they call it? There's songs about morning drinking or day drinking. There's songs about day drinking, so they're both celebrated. Johanna says, as a pot smoker, I disagree. Sometimes I can go quite a long time without even thinking about weed, especially when I'm not just sitting at home or having a good time. How long have you smoked pot, Johanna? I just got done smoking. What you're saying, I don't know what that means. Your 30-year-old son quit smoking marijuana because he said he would stop having dreams when he smoked. You never got into it yourself. Yeah, you don't get into the deep sleep that you do when you're high or drunk. You were a solid stoner by 16. So what are you saying you don't think about it? You don't, like, have you smoked today, Johanna? You like what I'm saying, you just got done smoking. Okay, you smoked today, and I don't know where you live. I mean, do you actually have weed in front of you right now? Are you smoking as you're talking? What I'm saying is I get high, and I go, well, that was good. The first hit in the morning would feel kind of good for a little bit. And then I'd go, I wonder if I got a good hit. Maybe I should go smoke some more. And then the rest of the day was just a series of maybe I should go smoke some more. And but there have been times when you'll put it down for a while. What do you mean you'll put it down for a while, Joanna? How long is a while? You mean it down for like 20 minutes? An hour? Okay. Honestly, talking about it now makes you want to take a bong hit, which lives on your table. Okay, so you have a bong on your table. So I don't believe anything you're saying. You want to smoke all the time. You do smoke all the time. And when you say you put it down for a while, that might be 10 minutes. It's not called addiction. That's just called, I mean, you call it addiction, but if you want her to stop smoking, and it's okay if you want to smoke all the time. I'm not saying that bothers me, but it became all consuming. Somebody's saying weed wears off within a couple hours and alcohol gives you hangovers till the next afternoon. Yeah. But I don't think that weed's good just because alcohol's worse, is what I'd say. Yeah, I don't think weed's good because, or even okay because alcohol's worse. You say I don't believe in addiction. I think addiction is just really wanting to do something. Like I really wanted to eat the ice cream. But I think by calling it an addiction, we lose our power of choice and our power over it. I get in so much trouble, but I'm sure about it. Yeah. You gotta say, hey, I want to drink this coffee. I want to smoke the weed. Don't act like you're a slave to it. You know, I could not drink this coffee, but I want to. But I think, especially with alcohol, people act like they're victims in that the liquor is evil or something. They have the power to make a choice. They just make bad choices. You used to have the shakes. Weed has been proven to be a great painkiller. You don't have to smoke it either. No, I get it. If you have chemotherapy and you're nauseous, I think it's great. But I'm just telling you, I didn't have chemotherapy and I was smoking all day. And so is Johanna, which is fine for me, but you know, I don't care what she does. We have somebody on named Drunken Man. Hello, Drunken Man. How are you today? You can't get a recap. If you leave, you got to catch up. Why are Christian men so spiritually weak? Let me hold on here. In the USA, how are we spiritually weak? Somebody has $500,000 in cash. It helps with seizures. Yeah, but Diggy Diggs wants to say that weed helps with seizures. Are you epileptic, Diggy Diggs? I bet you're not. Believe me, I made these same stupid arguments when I used to smoke weed every day. You'd find people that it's medically good for and use it as an excuse for you to be smoking. I'm not saying there aren't medical benefits to marijuana. I'm saying you aren't taking it for medical benefits. Caffeine is addictive. You might not be addicted, but it definitely is addictive. So you'll experience physical symptoms if you go cold turkey off it. Next time I stagger or pass out or vomit from coffee, let me know. Or get arrested or get in a fight or do anything. Bald men look so cute, thank you. You do not like to be sober? Yeah, okay, at least you're admitting it. Let's see. Smoking fried his head and he lost all his hair. Yeah, Hank from Breaking Bad. Ken is as close to treat as there is. Ken, what kind of job do I have? Come on, spiritually medium rare. All right, we get to Ken. Watch my cats. Give a bro a super chat. Then millionaire. Hold on, I gotta get to the end. Just perform at a high level and smoke if you want to. You don't have to justify things if you're doing well on. Everyone can do what they want. You know, the guy drunk on the street can do what he wants too, or the guy shooting up heroin. You have severe stomach issues from birth. It allows me to be able to eat. I was born with your stomach in your chest. I sound like a V8 engine. Hey, I've never actually heard that. That makes me sexy as hell. Somebody really wants to know what I do for work. What do you think I do for work? Wow, it's coming so fast. I'm a famous actor. Wow, there's an amazing amount of activity. We have such a glorious audience. A teacher's interesting, Rach 420. Opal, you have a wonderful day. All right, well, thank you. Teacher's interesting. I actually looked into being like a substitute. I don't know that I wouldn't do well in a school setting. I have too free of mind and thoughts. I think the confinement of the rules of a school, I think I'd get in trouble. I'd say something or not be woke enough or not be politically correct enough, and I'd get in a lot of trouble. I think I would be good with kids, but yeah, no, I know, but I am good with kids, but I don't know if I could. I never really liked school. I felt like I was in prison there, like having to be there till we left. Accounting, no. I should go to Hollywood. What would I do at Hollywood? Somebody said that yesterday. But look, I have 65 people watching. I got 31 thumbs up. Why, for the record, aren't more of you giving me some thumbs up? What opinion of mine would draw the most ire from the administration? Okay, I'll say this. I was a track coach. I mean, everything I say. Holy crap, I'll bet you if you work as a school teacher and you let them know you voted for Donald Trump, you would be on the fast track out of the administration office. I think you'd get in trouble. I use the expression crack the whip as a track coach. And somebody said, oh, that's racist. And I didn't think it was, I wasn't trying to be racist at all. It was a commonly used expression. Apparently, it's not politically correct. Things like that. I called a kid a dumbass once. Would I go back to real estate? No, I had somebody talking about that to me last night. Somebody said that. I'm new to the state of Wisconsin, and they asked if I wanted to get back into real estate. I said, no. I felt I was offering more value to the world as a waiter than I did as a realtor. I think when I wait tables or have waited tables, people would come in and I'd give them great service. I'd make them smile and laugh, and I'd sing happy birthday, and I'd make their dinner good. As a realtor, I tried my hardest, but I think most people generally resent their realtor because they think they're getting big commissions for little work they're doing. Rach said it would be hard being a teacher today. You can't do much. Java, I think I'd be a great counselor. Java said, clients don't tell their clients to just stop drinking. I think I could get people sober. I know I get people sober. I've helped people get sober doing this show. Well, I appreciate that, Johanna. I appreciate your support. Hello, Frida from Sweden. Yeah, no, I help people get sober all the time. Mine works. You can see me working on a cruise ship. Jack Taylor, I don't want to sell sobriety. You've asked me twice now, what are the benefits of sobriety? I don't want to sell sobriety. Makes me wonder if you're thinking about stopping drinking, or maybe do you think you have a problem drinking? Because you've asked me twice, what are the best things about being sober, and what would I tell somebody? As if my job as a sobriety counselor is to sell sobriety to the patient or whatever. And it has me thinking about you, Jack Taylor. It makes me wonder if you are thinking about drinking anywhere, more. Goodbye, Rachel. Have a great day. Well, yeah, that's true, Jay Donovan. You have to want to be sober. Well, that's my point, and that's what I'd hammer home. And if you are drinking, you want to drink. If you have a substance abuse issue, you should get that fixed. But I'd say our substance abuse issue generally. Okay, well, Jack Taylor, do you want to get sober? Because I've never sung the praises of sobriety that much. You know, I know how to do it. I know being drunk every day or stoned every day sucks. So yeah, Jack, I think, well, if cutting back works for you, great. It didn't even get close to working for me. I just felt like I wanted it all the time. James drinks a bit still, and I'm not telling you, anyone, that you need to be sober, but what frustrates me, to be honest, are people that say they need to stop drinking. And again, I'm on a page of a bunch of alcoholics, not alcoholics, because I don't even believe in it, but sobriety pages on Facebook, and I have people hop on every day saying how they need to stop drinking. Or they're so ashamed they drank last night. Or I can't believe it, I was 17 days sober and I screwed up last night. I'm so ashamed. What do I do? How do I start over? We all know. We all know how to stop drinking. Most of us just don't want to. Yeah. There's no reason to be ashamed if you drank last night. Own it. Say, I wanted to drink and I did. And if I want to drink tonight, I will. The problem I struggle with is when people say, oh, what was I to do? I drove by a liquor store and it sucked me in. Or, to be honest, sitting around an AA meeting, I found disingenuous. Bunch of people feeling like victims and acting like they don't have free will or choice. You know, if I needed to stop drinking or wanted to stop drinking this coffee, I'd know how to do it. Connie says, if you're successful in life, career, family, hobbies, friends, then you don't have a problem with alcohol or cannabis. Connie, I don't know that you can say that. Yeah, I don't agree with that, Connie. Apparently Jack Taylor already in his mind feels he might have a problem with drinking. And it seems to be that you're trying to say he doesn't. Do I like fish sticks? I really do. With lots of mayonnaise. Coffee kind of makes me sleepy too, Loki. If you, let's see, you're skipping over the science behind addiction, the brain, blah, blah, blah. Many addicts also have trauma. I don't believe there is any science behind addiction. I think the scientists are trying to sell you something. I know you didn't say it, Jack Taylor. I'm reading between the lines. You said you wanted to cut back. Why do you want to cut back, Jack Taylor? Because it's damaging to the liver? Men and women simply drink because they like the effects, and that's everyone's right. I totally agree that men and women do simply drink because they like the effects, and that is their right. I 100% agree with you. I agree. They like the effects and they want to. And I'm not judging it. I liked the effects for 35 years too. But then I realized I was going to die if I kept drinking. And that I wasn't happy with how I looked or felt or anything. James says it's definitely it's the only factor, James. Don't believe the science behind it. The science is full of shit. Seriously, somebody's selling you a treatment or a medicine. You want it. Some do to drink to ward off the effects of not drinking. Boy, I hear so much about that, and I'm betting it's 1 out of 1,000. I get in a lot of trouble for this, but I'm pretty darn sure I'm right. You drank to ward off the shakes plenty of times when you were younger. Do I think it's a normal person, a behavior a person should have? What is it? Would I say I have an eating problem? No. I wouldn't say I have an eating problem. You drank to cure a hangover plenty of times. Yeah, no, we all drink to cure hangovers. Pastor went to several different rehabs and ultimately the Lord saved him. The Pittsburgh Steelers are number one in the AFC North. Who's quarterbacking the Pittsburgh Steelers? I don't know. If anyone, all right, well, I always thought he was a really good quarterback. He didn't do well with the Jets, but I'm happy for him that he's doing well. You're 25 and you've been an alcoholic for 5 years since I was homeless, trying to stop. Why aren't you stopping? Why are you trying to stop? Why haven't you stopped? You have to want to quit, yes. When shit hits the fan, you pick it up again. Hey, Vader Cakes, how are you? Do or do not. There is no try. Yeah, you're not, I mean, you're trying. What I'm saying, Jack Taylor wants to know about the ice cream. I'm not saying I'm a victim of the ice cream or that I'm really I wasn't trying to stop at all. I wanted to eat it all. I loved it. It was delicious. I chose to eat the ice cream. But when it comes with alcohol, everyone goes, oh, they're trying to stop. They're wanting to stop. They need to stop. They should stop. How do I stop? Stop. You were sober for 2 weeks and then you lost a loved one and now you're hungover in bed. You're not hungover in bed because you lost a loved one. You're hungover in bed because you wanted to drink alcohol. You're not hungover because you lost a loved one. That's what I'm saying. Well, you're looking to cut back, Jack Taylor, but it doesn't sound like you really want to. You want me to sell you on the benefits of sobriety. Is what I'd say. What if they wanted to drink alcohol so they don't become hungover? All right, well, what's the deal? Then why do you need sold by me, Jack Taylor? Then you want to cut back and you're cutting back? Well, what are we talking about? I don't understand what your question is, Jack. What are you saying? What to expect? I don't know. Find out. Cutting alcohol will not make you healthy. Keep drinking, my friend. Live your life to its fullest. Good evening from Sweden. You want me to acknowledge that addiction is real. I think addiction is really wanting something. Hope you have a good morning. Well, thank you, Jesse. Some things in life we don't want to face, so we drink and place the blame on others in situations. Vader Cake says too many labels give people excuses to continue their behavior. Why would it matter to me what someone, I don't even know what you're saying. Have I learned anything from my nightly Bible readings? I don't think I've gained any great spirituality from my nightly Bible readings. You come from Swiss. I don't know what that means. You believe in God. All right. All right. I hate the Old Testament. It's a bunch of... yeah, again, somebody asked if I've learned anything from reading the Bible, and I'm reading Genesis. And I'm not sure what I'm supposed to learn from it in terms of like spirituality or self-improvement. I mean, really. Yeah, no, I don't. For me, it's interesting learning the names that you'd hear about in church from time to time, like Sarah and Abraham and whatever. But as far as learning anything that benefits my own spirituality or my own relationship with God, I don't feel like I've learned anything from reading the Old Testament yet. Good morning, James and Johnny. How are you today? Becca wants to get, I'd be a really good high school teacher. Yeah, no, I think I could make a good impact on him, Becca. I don't know if I struggle in the confinement that is the educational system. Connie says, because I'm not Jewish. They get all their spirituality from the Old Testament. Okay, yeah, no, I haven't gained anything from it. You know, I find it, there's a lot of talk about giving daughters away and circumcision and laying with their daughters and stuff. I find a lot of it kind of just off-putting and creepy. Yeah, you seem like too much of a free bird to be a teacher. Plus, kids today are a pain in the ass. Yeah. It's in Islam, not in Christianity. I don't know what that means. Yeah, no, I mean, the stories and it's a ridiculous amount about sex and yucky stuff and killing. In Genesis, ow, I bit my tongue so far. Yeah. I'm gonna get a little more coffee. We're having a glorious audience today. We are having a glorious audience today. I don't know what that means. Oh, do I have any animals? No. Vader Cakes, have a great day. Oh, I've never heard that. Miley said, you know what they say. If you're speaking and you bite your tongue, you just said a lie. I've never heard that, actually. I have never heard that. And who is the they? Who is the they? Who are the they? Whenever anybody quotes they, and again, I've never heard they say that if you bite your tongue, you are saying a lie. Will it snow in Wisconsin for my winter? Will it snow in Wisconsin? I assume so. It's a reference to a group or other people. I don't know. Good morning, AJ. How are you? Every day is Jesus' day. I don't know what, I guess every day is Jesus' day. Snowflake says Jesus loves you. Oh. Wow, we have a great conversation going on without me really getting involved. Somebody's typing in El Salvador. You're welcome, Snowflake. You say most alcoholics can't get their mind to stop racing. Yeah, no, I think a lot of people's minds race. I think a lot of people's minds race. I know mine do. Or my thoughts race, at least. What sports have I played growing up? I probably played most sports. I've never played cricket or rugby, but I'd say I played most sports. You guys enjoying your coffee today? Again, we've had a glorious audience today. We've had a glorious audience. "44 thumbs up. Let's see, again, there's too many comments almost here. It's hard to keep track. I know a guy who would wake up in the morning and his mind would just take off like a jet, and he'd allow people, places, things, and situations that dominated his whole day in and day out. Well, I think that sums up a lot of us. It certainly sums up me. Good morning, Julie Flanagan. You're really hooked on Black Rifle, aren't you, Julie? Just a small espresso for Tammy Riley. Hello from Switzerland. Let's see. I don't know. Julie, are you just getting on? We've had a glorious show today. We've talked for 80 minutes. We have 44 thumbs up. We backed off a little bit. We only got 40 people watching, but for a while, we had plenty more. It was exciting. You've been watching a while. All right. You weren't here for my cheers this morning, Julie Flanagan. Let's see. What do I think about the Jews? It seems like such a weird question to me. Like, you must have strong thoughts about the Jews. Yeah. All right, well, Tammy Riley, thanks so much for watching. I've never really, and again, I'm reading the Old Testament, but I've never really understood what being Jewish meant, or why they are discriminated against, or what issues the world has with somebody being Jewish, or honestly, Muslim, or anything. So I don't really understand it. What brand of coffee do I enjoy? Somebody says Christianity is way better. If I'm anything, I would consider myself a Christian. But I'm not out trying to beat people over the head, converting them, and kind of like with alcohol. I'm not out there beating anybody over the head and saying they should stop drinking or stop smoking weed. I share my experiences. And if that causes anybody to be curious about how it would be to go to a Christian church, or forgive yourself, or put your worries to God, that's awesome. Or if somebody sees me not drinking and wonders how I do it, and is curious and wants to drink less or smoke less weed or work out more. But to say Christianity is way better confuses me. Because, I mean, if you really, if you came at me and I was Muslim or something, and you said Christianity is way better, that would be a huge turnoff. A huge turnoff. Maybe it's just sales. Maybe it's just sales. Maybe I'm not a high pressure salesman. And some people are. I'm enjoying my coffee though. I'm enjoying my candle. I'm enjoying my water. I'm starting to feel some pangs of hunger a little bit. I think I usually get hungry about 8 o'clock in the morning. So that's when I start my clock and my hunger journey. Mr. Green Grand Illusion says it looks chill there. Jack, the leaves are slightly starting to turn colors, but really very little. And I assume it's very late here in Wisconsin. And usually the leaves turn sooner. Oh, that's nice. but we've had a glorious audience today. I don't know if I want to go. I don't know if I want to go. Yeah, I tell you what, it's a nice feeling when I cut my show short, and it's too late to cut my show short already because we're 86 minutes in. Because I'm wrestling with editing all these videos, and when I do a 90-minute video like I have today, it takes quite a while to edit those videos. And when I come across a video that was like 55 minutes long and I got to edit that, I almost look forward to it. Whether a person drinks too much or not is not the issue. It's really about who you really are deep down inside, with or without alcohol, what type of purpose you serve in this life. I'm gonna just say I think most people that drink alcohol kind of regret it and are ashamed of it. I think a lot of people get to that, and smoke weed. That they feel like they're being controlled by alcohol at some point. So I think that's the problem with alcohol. I think most people kind of regret it, and they bury that regret behind more alcohol. I'm not saying everybody. I know people that don't seem to have any issue at all. And like Julie, who's watching, has one drink, maybe two, once in a while. That just wasn't me. And I think if I could have one or two drinks every once in a while, I think that'd be fun. Loosen up, feel a little crazy. But for me, it became all consuming, as did weed. And that's why I don't do either, because I didn't like how it was all consuming. And I think a lot of people get to that, though. Do I rewatch the entire video? Or do I remember key topics, timestamp while editing? No, I rewatch the entire video. I'm 10 weeks behind. Yeah, Julie doesn't like the feeling of drinking too much. I just found myself always drinking too much. You have that internal stopping mechanism. And it sounds like Jack Taylor might have that internal stopping mechanism. I didn't have it, so I just kept on drinking. And if you have some sort of want or means to stop or strength to stop after 2 or 6 even, you're probably okay. But I think a lot of us just keep on drinking. Bo said they're 2 weeks without alcohol. Way to go, Bo. Congratulations to you. You are an observer. Hello, Captain Cake. Hello. I'm curious, because somebody told Bo to keep going. Bo, do you want to keep going? Do you want to not drink anymore? I'm kind of curious. Do you like how you feel 2 weeks of not drinking? Let's see. Lisa Smith, I don't understand your question. Does the same theory apply to the amount you drink? If you only want one, you will only drink one. I don't even know what that means. Got a lot of people talking about my hair all of a sudden. Must be at this point of the video that YouTube opened my audience up to hair people. You say if you want to stop, you just stop. Yes. I'm saying if you crack the seal and drink, you're opening up Pandora's box. If I eat ice cream, I know odds are good that I'm going to eat that whole tub. If I drink beer, the odds are good that I'm going to drink more. That'd be my answer to that. Hello, Caitlin Roberts. How are you? Sugar is a lot harder addiction for many reasons. At least you're putting addiction in quotes. So you have control over start and stop, but not the amount you consume? I do. I'm weak. I'm weak, Lisa Smith. I'm weak. And I know once I break the seal, I tend to keep going. So that'd be my answer to that. I have it's easier for me. People will offer me a cookie, for instance. And I say, no, I don't want one cookie or one donut, because that just gets me started. Same's true with almost everything. If someone got rid of all my coffee, would I be able to easily go tomorrow morning without it, even if you know you wanted the coffee? I do want the coffee. And I don't have any negative side effects from the coffee. If I had zero access to coffee, what? Would I be okay? Yeah. Would it be easy for me to go without it? Is that the point, though? Is that the point? You said you wanted to stop drinking, Jack. And you wanted me to give you reasons why not drinking was good. And I said, I'm not here to sell you on it or to convince you. You do you. If you want to stop drinking, stop drinking. If you want to cut back, cut back. I'd have a hell of a headache for 2 days. I don't think so. Is it a rest day? I wish it was a rest day. Actually, I don't wish it was a rest day. Hello, Samantha. How are you? Good morning. It's fun when I see a new name pop up. Oh, wow, look at the audience. It's grown again. We're back up to 59 people and 53 watching. James says saving money is a great incentive for not drinking anything but water. Somebody named Sins and Wins just tuned on. Makes me wonder if they're real person. Do I work today? Yes, I do. I'm hoping it's a more fruitful day than yesterday was. I got sent home early. They didn't need me. It was problematic. I mean, it wasn't so problematic. It felt great to get home early, read the Bible. Oh, to be honest, I didn't get a whole heck of a lot of inspiration. I kind of got yucked out because they talk about giving their daughters to other men. I'm not the most feminist guy in the world, but if I was a feminist, I'd have a serious problem with the Old Testament. You know? Right? I mean, the men in the Old Testament barter their daughters and wives as if they're, cattle. It's really kind of strange. And they kill each other and they get circumcised. I mean, I'm going to keep reading it, but it's a painful read. I'm a little concerned. My phone's running low on charge. I don't have much to do till this afternoon. I could go work out. How's my coffee supply looking? Pretty good. Who's my favorite person in the Bible? Right now I'm going to say Esau, because he seemed to forgive Jacob, his brother, who really screwed him over. But it's hard to come up with favorite people in the Bible. Lisa, I was warned about the Old Testament. Why is it attached to the Bible? Why is it still in there? I'm not only... Somebody says they like the New Testament, to be honest. Hey, Noah, I don't know why Noah sent me 7 ZARs, but it's only 41 cents, but I still appreciate the 41 cents. I wonder what a ZAR is. Lots of good themes to take away in the Bible. I'm not sure what themes I've really come across that I've seen so valuable so far in the Old Testament. I mean, a lot of the readings are painful. It points to the need for a Savior. Okay, well, Connie, I appreciate that. You're saying it points to a need for a Savior. Well, I'm going to keep going for a little bit, but I'm going to need... My phone just went on red, and I'm going to get my charger and see how it works a little bit. See if I can do this. Is South African money, is ZAR? I can't see right now. I just mentioned forgiveness against someone who's wronged them. That's a great theme, forgiveness. Yeah, but that was one tiny little nugget of a theme. It's far and away the exception rather than the rule. Usually if somebody wronged them, they kill them, or God floods the world, or I'm going to keep reading it. Don't you try and turn me off of it. The Old Testament shows how much sin there was before Jesus. Okay. Yeah, no, it's a mess. Well, let me see if I can do this. Yeah, the world's a mess right now. And even with God, God's coming in. Oh, okay, we can do this. Maybe. Is this working? Oh, this is glorious. This is glorious. I left my candle back there. Did you have long hair when I was young? Christians believe he came in Jesus. Jews are still waiting for him. I missed something. Because the world doesn't seem very nice. There's killing going on, and he already flooded the world, Connie. That happened in like chapter 5 or something. He flooded the world early. Oh, well, thank you, Tammy. How can you even see the color of my eyes? Like, I can't even see my eyes in here. Happy birthday, Mr. Teraki. Wasn't the punishment for the Tower of Babel giving everyone an altered speech, hence foreign languages? Yeah, but I don't know. I don't consider that a great theme or anything. It was sort of interesting. But I don't feel, look, I'm still reading it, but every time I read it, each chapter is about, almost treating women like cattle. Seems kind of strange. And how important it is to be circumcised and clean. And these aren't themes, like I don't look at daughters as something, or wives as something you barter or trade. And I don't look at circumcision as some holy thing that is done, I'm circumcised, too much information. And my son is, but I just thought that was what people did. I don't look at it as some spiritual or religious thing. So it seems strange to me. Jewish law is the Old Testament. All right. Well, it seems a little strange to me, and I don't understand it, and why, if somebody's circumcised or not, or it has any connection to God, I don't believe. I don't believe. And I know they're about to get into the foods they can and can't eat, or they do later in the Old Testament. I don't believe that either. I don't see that as any connection to spirituality at all. Or I don't feel any more or less spiritual if I eat a lobster, which I don't think is kosher. Or I don't think I'm closer to God because I happen to be circumcised. At all. So I don't understand what's happening in the Old Testament, and maybe I'm not supposed to, and maybe, like Julie just said, maybe that's why you read it, to see what a savage, weird, sick world it was. because I think it was Lot's daughters got him drunk and then slept with them and conceived children. And kind of makes me creeped out thinking about it. Your son is circumcised purely for health reasons, and you did your research. We decided it was best. I'm not sure why my wife wanted to circumcise my son, but I think it'd be to look like everybody else more than anything. The point is, they did believe this, thus not needing a savior. Their loss saved them. All right, well, I'm not jiving with it, and it seems unusual to me. Hey, Antonio from Brazil sent me like number 58. Autumn said both your sons are not circumcised. It felt right in your heart. And to even slightly think that they're further away from God because they're not circumcised seems so absurd to me. Yeah. I guess that's what I'm saying. I don't understand at all or think there's any connection towards circumcision and spirituality, or that God cares if the foreskin is removed from the male. Autumn Lane, yeah, no, I mean, again, I don't care whether somebody is or isn't. But to think that God commands people to be circumcised seems absurd to me. Or that God cares if you eat I don't believe that God cares about what we eat, really. It just seems silly. And it feels like some man made up these rules for some reason. And, yeah. And I'm going to keep reading it 2 chapters at a time, but I just don't understand. And honestly, and I'm never one, believe me, I'm certainly never been called a feminist, but for anybody that reads the Old Testament, they should be ashamed of the way they treat women. God calls the body a temple, but Connie, I don't understand how, I think your body is a temple. And therefore maybe you shouldn't drink alcohol or eat sugar or do drugs, but I think your body is a temple, and you should take care of it as such. We don't all do a good job. Again, I eat too much ice cream. A lot of people drink too much and take drugs. But I don't think it matters in terms of, I think if you're taking care of yourself, you are going to feel better. But I don't think eating lobster or whatever is not kosher. Those sound like something man-made up, man-made rules. And again, I talked about it before. I think a lot of things that are connected to the Catholic Church are rules made up by men for whatever reason. And I don't think yeah. We've all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. Yeah, no, I'm cool with that, Connie McCabe. So I don't understand why eating lobster or not being circumcised is relevant at all. And maybe that's why I'm a Christian. And I could be wrong. I believe eating lobster is, you're not supposed to eat like shellfish or something like that. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Or because a lobster is a scavenger, you're not supposed to eat it. It's an unclean food, I believe. And I could be wrong. I'm not Jewish. Somebody asked if I'm Jewish. No. Well, thank you, Jim Rat. Thank you, Julie Flanagan. No, you're not. We don't eat shellfish. Okay, so I'm right. Chaos Love, so you're Jewish. I guess if you don't know Chaos Love, because I've never seen you before, I'm started reading the Bible, and I'm in chapter, 35 in the book of Genesis. And I'm a little turned off, and it's hard reading a little bit. The grotesque way they treat women in the Bible. They trade their daughters and wives, as if it's cattle. And I know there's rules coming in about what foods can and can't be eaten. And I just don't get that or understand it or see how it makes me closer to God, not eating lobster or being circumcised or no. It doesn't make sense to me. Francine said it's hard to read, but not a good read. They don't have fins or scales and are considered unclean. Yes, shalom. Okay, well, that gets me to the chosen. They were like cleaning Jesus's feet. And they had strict rules about feet cleaning. And wasting of valuable oils to clean somebody whose feet weren't worthy or something like that. And I didn't understand that. Okay, not all Jews keep kosher. And I'm not even bashing Judaism at all. I'm just a human, don't look at me as a Christian, reading the Old Testament and going, what the heck's all this about? And I don't understand it or why it's relevant. And I'm not saying I'm right or wrong, I'm just giving you my thoughts as I read it. Going, wow. Give us your daughters and we'll give you our daughters. All right, sounds like a great deal. I see the House of David's coming out. Oh, I wanted to touch on this real quickly. Instagram's gone the way of Facebook too. Has anyone else noticed it? Sometime during the night, I flipped on Instagram and I saw a post from Barack Obama. Nothing wrong with seeing a post from Barack Obama, but I don't follow Barack Obama. And then I flipped through and there were a bunch of posts from people that I don't follow. And I think it's strange. I don't know how that happened. The Old Testament is about sacrifice, giving to God. The New Testament about Jesus, our sacrifice for our sins. God sacrificed his son Jesus for us. Giving to God. Well, I appreciate the input, Scott. I don't understand sacrifice. Okay, I also don't understand how slaughtering a lamb or a goat, how that makes God happy at all. And I think they bring out, it seems barbaric a little bit. You're saying those rules around food and cleanliness kept them alive because of the diseases they faced in those times. The book was written a long time ago. Huh. The Old Testament is the angry God. I guess I don't believe in an angry God, is my struggle, Chaos Love. And I've talked about it before when I go to church and the pastor is a fire and brimstone type of pastor. Yeah, I guess I don't believe in an angry God. So when I read it, I'm going, huh. So that would make sense that I struggle with it a little bit. Yeah. In no way affiliated. Are you 43? Julie Flanagan doesn't believe in an angry God either. All right. You're 43. Okay. I thought so. I wanted to ask you something about I don't want to pry too deep, in no way affiliated, but I'm editing a video from about 10 weeks ago, and you said you were 43. And you said something about your mother, and I don't remember what you said. But I thought it was kind of funny that I learned how old you were from a video 10 weeks ago that I'm editing right now. If you're going to pick a religion, you got to read the Old Testament first. All right, well, I guess I'm doing it well then, because I've started at Genesis. Everybody told me to skip to the New Testament. I do not know. My mother calls me super early every birthday to wish you a happy birthday. That's right, in no way affiliated. Because 10 weeks ago was close to my birthday, and we were talking about customs, and you said your mother calls you super early. She wants to be the first, and you're 43. So yeah, that's right. I appreciate that. I don't even know if in no way affiliated is a man or a woman, but I know they're 43 and their mother calls them early on their birthday. Messi. Isn't there a better player than Messi or Ronaldo? Are they still the top two soccer players in the world? Wow, what a glorious show we've had today. We got 62 thumbs up. We got 41 cents in the kitty. Oh, that might not sound like much, but it's 7 ZAR, which I believe is South African currency. You're a man, in no way affiliated. You're 5'12". It's a good height, 5'12". Blonde hair, blue eyes. This isn't Match.com, in no way affiliated. I don't need to know all the deets. People dig watching and listening to me. They apparently do, Jim Rat. And again, I was talking about it at work with a woman last night. I'm not totally sure why. But they do. And if people like watching and listening to me for whatever reason, it seems like I got something that's working, Jim Rat. Speaking of Jim, today's my day to go work out. I mean, I worked out yesterday, but it was just pull-ups, which I didn't do, or I tried to do. Core and stretching. I thought about, for fun, mixing it up a little bit, Jim Rat, and doing like a lot of reps, doing like a lighter weight, seeing how, I don't know, many times I could bench 135 pounds, 3 sets of that or something like that, just to mix it up a little bit. Well, thank you, Jim Rat. You said it's because I'm just a down to earth, regular, normal guy. And a lot of people, I post videos of just a normal guy talking, and a lot of people will want to, oh, well, why should we listen to you? You're not, don't have a PhD in whatever, sobriety or something like that. But I think there's value to having normal human beings' experiences and opinions. You know, because if you're always listening to a bodybuilder, for instance, who goes to the gym, because most of us aren't bodybuilders going to the gym. And if you're always listening to a video of a bodybuilder going to the gym, it's going to be hard to connect with that person. Yeah, I'm just a normal guy going through life. And I think because of that, my story, whether it's working out or sobriety or ice cream or going to church, seems to resonate. Yeah, no, I appreciate that, Johanna. Yeah, well, way to go. Jim Wright, you hopping on has inspired me to go to the gym. I didn't need inspiration. I was going to go today anyway. I don't work till this afternoon, and hoping it's a busier day than yesterday. I woke this morning a little stressed because I was sent home early. They didn't need me last night. My previous job that I was working when I first got here, they always needed me, and I was busy as heck. And the two jobs I have now, you know, they need somebody there, but I'm not sure they need me as much as I need to be needed. I need work, and need to feel productive and financially rewarded. So I'm hoping we get that tonight, because yesterday was really slow. And again, I got sent home early. Don't get me wrong, I really liked it. But I need to be working. So anyway, we've had a great audience. We've talked for over 2 hours today. And I so appreciate you guys hopping on and sharing a cup of coffee and following along in my journey. Did I find out when payday is? No. It'll happen. I'll get paid one day. I don't know. Well, I'm not as worried about payday as much as productivity and not being needed and being sent home early and not having much to do. I know I'll get paid. I know they pay people. But if I'm there and just not needed, that's going to be a problem for me. But anyway, thank you all so much for joining. It is Wednesday morning. I hope your week is going well. I hope you had a great night's sleep. You are feeling good. You're loving yourself. You are forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.